Hi, Chris.
Hello, happy Friday, everyone. Hope you all are having a great day. Hey, just wanted to bring on live a friend of mine and fellow powerhouse real estate agent out of Florida, Lori Powell. So we've been friends for several years now, and I just get so much from Lori all the time. Every time we talk, enthusiasm, knowledge, wisdom, and everything. So I just want to have her come on and chat for a few minutes, see if she can share some of her wisdom and her inspiring journey with everybody.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
I'm doing great, Lori.
It's
I wish
great
I was
seeing you.
I wish I was in sunny Florida with you, but hope it looks like you're enjoying the great weather down there, huh?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. So, Lori, let's start off. Can you tell us a little bit about your real estate journey?
Yeah, I'd love to. Actually, I got into it because I always wanted to get into fix and flips. And
Okay.
when I started, I hired an agent, was keeping my agent so busy that I ended up getting my license. We were doing 3 to 6 at a time, did over 70 transactions. We would turn those in about 95 days
Wow,
and had an average annualized rate of return 43%. So we did a lot of them.
that's
And
awesome.
it was a blast. Uh, but we ended up uh, going into that point of needing to get my own license, me and my partnership, which was very cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, I got a similar start, so I can certainly relate. I was an
Yeah.
investor first, and kind of almost became an accidental realtor, but it's funny
Me
how
too.
things work out.
Yeah, you do what you need to do.
Absolutely. So, when was this? How long have you been in the business?
I actually got my license in 2007. My parents were developers, so I had exposure to both commercial and residential real estate because my dad was a builder, and they had a lot of rentals, 100 unit rental place, and helped manage that. When I was a kid, cleaning them out and changing things in the laundry room. So I've been exposed to it all my life, but had my license since 2007.
Okay, so that's awesome. You're a lifer.
Yeah.
Great. So, 2007. So I guess that was really a time. Was that right when the market imploded, or right before it?
It was right before it.
Okay.
Um,
So how did you deal with that transition when the whole market just like blew up and we entered a pretty hard recession?
yeah, the area that we were in, we didn't get hit until about 2009.
Okay.
And my business was going well. And a lot of agents ended up getting out of the business. And I just continued to double my business every year during that downturn. Um, I think a lot of it has to do with mindset. You and I have had lots of conversations about that. But really, it's opportune time now as well for agents to really help clients, in a better way. And consequently they're going to get more business from it.
If you could go back in time from your beginning days and, with all your accumulated knowledge that you've acquired, tell yourself two things as a new agent, um, what would those two things be?
Well, definitely one thing which I've helped coach with other agents is, you know it is your business. It is a business. It's not a 9 to 5 job. No one's going to be handing you clients. It's going out and creating the business. And there's a lot of people and trainings that are available to help build a business. But that's one thing, is perspective. It is your own business. It is going to be as big or as small as you make it. I think the other thing, Chris, is you know sometimes when you're new at something, you have self doubt.
Right.
And the amount of knowledge that someone has does not have to be dependent on years in the business. I automatically assumed anyone who had a lot of years of experience in the business was going to know more than me. And, therefore I'm going to acquiesce to follow whatever they tell me to do, the agents on the other side. And that's just not true. You know, just as much knowledge as anyone because you know the contracts. In fact, a lot of times as a new agent, you're fresher with it and you're clearer with it because you've just been through the training. And a lot of times people who have been in the business get more relaxed and more comfortable and may not know what the most recent ways or terms are to do things.
Right. Yeah. I think the key is to not necessarily know everything, but also have the resourcefulness to be able to go find the answers and get it. So
Yeah, exactly.
okay, great. So tell me a little bit about your current business. Are you a solo agent? Do you have a team, or are you a broker? What's
What?
what's what's your business look like today?
Well, I've been a mega agent for many years and a coach, solo agent and a coach for many years. And now I have a global team of agents who are part of my group. Fortunate to be in the top 1% of that area because for me, it allows me to help more agents and therefore help more clients. So it's wonderful.
That's an incredible accomplishment. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, thanks.
And you know, how do you end up building up this organization to a top 1%? That's certainly something not many people do.
Well, I think for me, the most frustrating thing that I experienced as a solo mega agent was I couldn't positively impact as many people as I really wanted to.
Mhm.
And you can only do so much. And so my choices were to get a team together, and expand that to be able to touch more lives or not. And at that point in my career or my life, I should say, with my family and so forth, I didn't really necessarily want to do that. In my corporate life, I had, over 400 people working for me and 3 tiers of management. And I just didn't want to go down that path of managing people. I don't mind leading people, but there's a difference in day to day managing people.
Absolutely, yes.
And I just didn't want to go there, so that was one thing that led me to this point, having that drive and passion to positively impact as many lives as possible. Growing this type of a team allows me to do that without having to stand over the shoulder and manage all the time.
Okay, great. Yeah, it certainly is a big difference versus having to lead people and inspire them versus being responsible for them.
Yeah, yeah.
So let me ask you this. At any point in your career, have you felt stuck in your business, like kind of at a plateau or really hitting a wall?
Yeah, I hit that point where I just couldn't positively impact more lives without growing a team of some sort. But the other thing that was very hard for me, and it a lesson learned, hindsight's 2020, right? I reached a point where I was working 364 days a year, and I
Yes.
had a family, and every time something would be mentioned about that, it would be like, oh, I'm doing it for you guys, right? So we can travel the world and yada yada. And I remember my girls coming into our office. We had a custom house with a custom office on the side of it. Coming in at about 7:30 and saying, "Mom, are you going to come to dinner?" And I said, "Yeah, but right, the yeah, but
Eventually.
uh, yeah, I've got to finish this contract. There's some deadline dates, that we have to hit by midnight tonight. I'll be there shortly." "Yeah, Mom, but we always hear that, right?" And I said, "Well, we're doing it. I'm doing this for our family so that you can have all the things that you want. You're traveling and, you're in as many sports as you want to be in, and we can pay for that because of this. And it's besides, I come to all your games anyway. This business allows me to do that. I'm always at your soccer games and volleyball games and basketball games. And yeah, but every time we look over, Mom, you're on the phone. So you're not really there." I about lost it, Chris. That was my turning point of I have got to make a change, right? Here I thought I was being a good example for them in work ethic, and in
Right.
actuality I was hurting them. And so from that point forward, I made a decision to not not do that anymore. I quit working nights and almost all weekends. I started leveraging more. I was focused on time management better, although I was very efficient for the amount of business that I did. I was told by a big coach one time, he was absolutely shocked. He said, you're doing the amount of business that a normal 5 to 10 person team is doing. How are you doing that without any
Yeah.
assistance, without any buyer's agents, without anything? And I said, I'm just determined, because, when you're passionate about something, you just do it, right?
Right.
But what it taught me was to prioritize quality time with family. And I went from that 364 days a year to 9 months a year, very few weekends or holidays, very few nights, and actually increased my compensation. And that, just so you know, I just recently put out a training course on this to help other agents who feel constantly torn between that work and quality time life balance.
Yeah, I think
And
a lot of people, and many of us are very success driven. We want to accomplish more, do more, and everything. But at the end of the day, time is our only non-replenishable resource.
that's right. You
And
cannot,
so,
you can always make more money. You can't make more time. And
right.
you
Yes, not
can't take
often.
back the regret of all those years that I had where I didn't get to spend time with them. I can't make up that time.
Yeah. Well, glad you came to that realization, and glad that life is much better for you now.
Yeah, it's great.
So, what my next question, you may have just answered it, but I was going to ask you, what was the most frustrating part of being a solo agent? Was that it, or anything else?
Just the part of not being able to positively impact more lives. I think that's
Yeah.
the most frustrating part as a solo agent, without getting into the management piece. And, so then you come to a point, you have to either take what you're doing as status quo, and that's okay, and be satisfied with it, or you have to figure out a way to positively impact more lives, one way or the other.
Right. So, and how did moving to EXP help you solve that problem?
Well, that's the beauty of it. I mean, as soon as I saw the model, it was so evident that I could now not only continue to positively impact the buyers and sellers that I've had for so many years, but also other agents and their lives, and bring more compensation to their business plan for doing exactly what they've always done. I mean, they don't have to change anything, and they're still going to net more in their family's pockets. And it's just an incredible feeling, Chris, when an agent calls you 3 months later and is crying on the phone saying, "Thank you so much for showing me this, because I've had this huge credit card debt and this car loan that I was just able to pay off just because of moving over. Healthcare alone is saving an average of 10,000 per agent that's coming over." I mean, there's just so many things with the compensation package. And so that's the key, when it's that huge and making that much of an impact, it's not only allowing them to produce more and put more in their pockets and be more motivated, but it also thereby positively impacts more buyers and sellers. I mean, most the agents who have come on to my group that I've been able to track, they've increased their production by 215% the first year in with us
Wow.
compared to the
Hey,
prior
Laura,
year.
just let you know on my side, I'm seeing a black screen. Is there anything?
I can see you and hear you fine,
Okay, I
Chris.
was wondering if you did anything with your camera, or if it's just a bandwidth issue. So, okay, so we'll continue on. You may be out of the video, but we'll do the best we have with the technology and the bandwidth we have. So, you mentioned that moving to EXP helped you help more people and reach out to more people and everything. When you first looked at it, was that your initial driving reason for making the switch, or was there something else?
Well, really, because I was what is called an icon agent already, I knew that I would be at 100% commission
Yep.
in coming over. I would get my very low cap back in the way of company stock, which, has gone up dramatically. Even in the down stock market that we have right now, it's gone up dramatically compared to what it was, right? And so it's like it was a no-brainer from that perspective. but I did see the opportunity to positively impact way more lives. It was like an answer to a prayer, literally, for me.
Absolutely. I think that I can certainly share the same experience too. So from my side. And so, I know you're a very successful coach. You've had a great coaching business for a long time, but oftentimes, even the most successful people, whatever they do, also have coaches. What kind of coaching and or training are you receiving to keep you sharp and
Well,
growing?
I'm constantly involved in things like I have someone that I talk to for sort of life coaching. I have um, a person that I meet with regularly on the business planning side. I'm one of those people who's constantly buying other people's coaching programs and gleaning and learning and then disseminating to my agents because I want to share with my agents. I've got a private resource center suite for anybody who's in my organization with over 130 modules that I've uploaded, training modules and support modules for them. And now I'm rolling out a series of, training courses for the public, basically, for any agents out there who want to do it. And, the next one's going to be on production. It'll be a 90 days to hire production program. That'll be coming out here shortly because I think agents are going to need that here, the beginning of the year. Right now, this one that I've got out right now is basically how to get more time with family starting next week.
Okay,
7
great.
steps, simple steps to do that. And I'm also I've been asked to roll out one on agent attraction or building a team, the basics of it and where to get leads and how to broach that subject. So I'm going to be working on that one as well here shortly.
Okay, great. Well, I know you have a servant's heart and that your team is greatly appreciative of all you do for them. Hey,
Well, it's great talking to you, Chris. I so appreciate you and I'm so proud of you and how you've grown and accomplished so much and you're positively impacting so many lives as well. It's just wonderful to know you and I'm grateful that you are sharing this time with me.
well, absolutely. It's always my pleasure to talk with you and everything. So thank you for your time. Hey, just wanted before you go off the air real quick, just wanted to ask you if anybody wants to reach out to you, what would be the best way to get in touch or follow you on social media?
Say that again, Chris. Sorry, it cut out just for a second.
Should anybody want to reach out to you or follow you on social media? What's the best way for somebody to get in touch with you or follow you?
All my socials are Let Lori Help. LETLORIHELP. All of them. Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Web Talk, Twitter, all of them. TikTok, they're all Let Lori Help. And if anybody needs any help, I offer that up as well. If they're interested in any of my training programs or courses, they can reach out to me for that. All of my socials have a Calendly link that people are welcome to book an appointment with me at any time just to talk or if they need help.
Okay, perfect. Well, again, thank you so much for your time, Lori. As always, it's a pleasure talking with you and hope you have a great weekend.
You too, Chris. Take care.
Okay, Merry Christmas to your family.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.